Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Military Family Investing. Today, we're going to talk about a touchy topic, right? And one I think most people don't have anymore, and that is doing your 4 years in the military, 4 years of college, right out of high school. All right. You probably don't know, maybe you do. I joined the Marine Corps 10 days after high school graduation, and 24 years later, I'm retiring. All right. So I put the work in. Now, so let's look at some topics, right? And yes, I'm extremely biased. I'm extremely biased. Here's why. Okay. I see the results. I have a whole playground of people that I can compare to myself. Okay. Now, first of all, the military, you're going to have a skill set. Okay. In college, you are going to get education, right? Not necessarily training. Okay. Training is particular to you actually working. So you might have a human resources degree, but when you go to your new job, you're going to have to learn a skill set, okay, to do that. Okay, it's not, you don't just take your degree and start working, all right? There's a skill set involved, okay? We call that experience. Okay, so you can have experience. And based on what you do, I mean, you can go right into the same job and you have a whole nother list of opportunities on the government side that align directly to your job. Directly. Pretty much, give me your military transcript, resume, history, and that's your resume, right? Okay, so right off the rip, you're already ahead. Okay, you have experience. It shows that you're disciplined, yada, yada, yada. All right, you'll be earning money while you have a skill set. Okay, some people say it's not a lot of money. It is what it is. I think it's enough if you're smart, if you don't go buy a Camaro. Okay, so you'll be earning money. Okay, not going into debt. Now, once you complete your 4 years, you get the GI Bill, which is going to pay for your school and give you a stipend on top. All right. Now, this is very powerful stuff. Okay. So, hot take, the military, for the most part, enlisted wise, is really geared towards middle class to lower middle class people, right? Let's be honest. Okay. I never sugarcoated it. I always knew what I was. I wasn't coming from much. If your parents can afford to put you through college, give you a stipend, set you up with a job, hey, if not, you need to depend on Uncle Sam, right? You got to go do some work overseas. There's nothing wrong with that. So look at your situation. If your parents are telling you to go to college, but they're not paying for it, you're going to start behind the power curve in life for 20 years to pay off your student debt. All right. And debt's not fun, right? Debt is not fun. Been there, done it, got out of it. Trust me. So look at the people talking to you. Look at them. What do they have? Do you want to live their life? Okay. Are they happy? Are they retired? Right? They should be 45-ish. Are they retired? If they're still working, do you want that life? Okay. The GI Bill is life changing. The military is known to convert middle class people to upper middle class, right? Because you get the base. You just go put your work in, put your head down, grind it out, and on the backside, you'll reap the benefits. Okay. Now, potentially you get VA disability, right? Based on what kind of work you did, what happened to you. So you'll be compensated if something bad happens, right? You break your leg, break your wrist, break your arm, whatever happens. A lot of stuff can happen in the military, all right? But the military is being very generous now with their VA compensation, all right? Go work hard, go put the miles in, go run, go hike, do what you need to do. But at least you know on the back end, before they weren't so nice. All right. When I came in, they didn't even send you to medical. They used to have this word called malingering, which means you went to medical like once every year, and they were like, "You're a malingerer." Okay, things have changed dramatically. Okay, over my 24 years. Now, to add more icing to the cake, you get eligibility for the VA home loan. So they're saving your down payment. So you get out, they're gonna fund your down payment, and you don't have to save the money. What? What? Listen to that. They're going to put you in school afterwards. They're going to give you a stipend, and then they're going to fund your home loan down payment. And if you're smart, you get out, buy a house with the VA loan, and then use your GI Bill housing allowance to pay the first 4 years of your house. Say I'm wrong. Guys, say I'm wrong. I've used my VA loan twice. I have three houses. Two of those houses I use on VA loan. I'm stacking. I'm building wealth. Matter of fact, I was talking to somebody at a mortgage company about VA loan. He's about to wrap me up 200,000 to go buy a house in Mississippi, and I can afford a house in Mississippi. All right, so I got to go work towards that when I get home. I can use a VA loan again. Say I'm wrong. I'm telling you, I'm getting hyped now. Of course, you're gonna build friends, camaraderie, friends for your life, man. Like these people, they most of them come from nothing, and this is our saving grace, right? And we're gonna be tight. You're gonna go overseas. You might see some things, might do some things, but it is what it is, right? But it's stories only you can tell with them. Okay, nobody else is gonna understand. All right, even if you just stay stateside and you just clean your barracks room and somebody's yelling at you and whatever else is happening, right? It's most people can't endure it, right? I loved it. I loved almost every day of it. Okay, and on top, they're gonna match your 401k now, so you might even get out with $20,000. 401k, even if you don't touch that when you get out and you let it ride, you're 22 years old. I should have did the math. Even if you let that 20,000 sit, you're going to be sitting on at least 200, 250,000 in 40 years, maybe 300,000. I mean, man, come on. All right, you should leave the military debt free. Okay, if you're not trying to hang with the Joneses or whatever. I didn't buy a car until year seven. I was in the military, seven, eight. Okay, my first car. Well, I bought a first car. Sorry, let me take that back. I bought a car when I got in because I was an idiot. 18% interest, Pensacola, Florida, 1999. Just, oh yeah, man, yeah, yeah, yeah. My friend wrecked it, and when I was in San Diego, Miramar, and I didn't buy another car for like 5, 6 years. And it was so great not having a car payment. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. So when I bought my first car for my wife, it was 3,800 Ford Taurus, and then I bought me a car. It was a 2,800. It was a Ford Focus ZX2 red. It started off bright red. By the time I was done with it, after like 6, 7 years, it was faded red. Right, I drove that thing into the dirt. Okay, so that's how I roll. Right, and I'm not into all these cars, man. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I have a car payment now because I needed a car to go to San Diego. Okay, 18,000 I paid for it. Okay, Ford Focus, nice, 2016, 20,000 miles on it. All right, so I'm not into all these cars. It's made me very wealthy. Okay, now comparison. Okay, so my sister, my brother, they went to college. My sister went to college for like 10 years. Okay, she's highly educated. Is she retiring? So she's 2 years less than me. I'm 42. She's 40. Is she retiring? No. Is she close to retiring? No. Okay. Highly educated. But since our family couldn't give more, I had to depend on Uncle Sam to give me a break in life. Okay. I did the work, I went to war, I did all this overseas work. I did 7 years in Japan. I was away from my family, right? I led people, did have tough discussions, seen things, got it. Got it. It's over. But with all the VA disability and the VA home loans, the GI Bill I'm about to leverage when I get out, right? Like all the stuff, the time, the stability. Okay, even though I was gone, my wife was able to be stable. Okay, we weren't moving because of somebody raising the rent. Okay, I bought a house when I was 26, 7, 8, something like that. 8 years in the military, I bought a house. Okay, we kept the house. Now it's producing fruit as a rental property. Okay, so the places you get to go, you get to see, and you get to purchase houses on the military dime, right? With the VA loan, you can use the VA loan when you're in. You can use it when you're out. Okay. If your family has some resources, but maybe not a lot, you could leverage together. Okay. So you get out and they're like, okay, cool, let's all buy a house with your VA loan. We'll chip in, we'll be your roommates. Cool. And then when you're ready, you scoot out, leave them in place. Say, hey, here's the rent. Make sure my note's covered. Okay. Make sure I'll just increase rent, whatever the note is. We even. And then they're stacking it, but they're paying for the maintenance. Okay. So it works out. Trust me, it'll work out. If they pay for the maintenance, it'll work out. You don't need to run your family up. You put your sister in there, you put whatever family in there, you scoot out. Okay. You go to a small town, maybe use the VA loan again. Go to Mississippi, you stack them up. Maybe you're in North Carolina, you go to Mississippi, you chill out. Okay. Get a remote job, remote government job. Stop. Stop. It's a wrap. It just takes, you have to think outside the box. If you're thinking you're just going to go to work, and that's unfortunately, that's what happens um, in the military world and the education world. People think that you're just going to go to work, be some standard human, and live an above average life. Above average life means you have a single family house with two nice cars and you want to take your kids on vacation. That's above average, people. It's above average. Going to work every day ain't going to give you that. Okay. Some people live in San Francisco, they make $300,000. Great. Now they buy a house, 1.5 million, wipes out half their income. Then you have California tax, you have federal tax, you have, your car registration for Teslas is like 600 a year, I've been told. People. And then you're buying nice cars, 80,000, $1,000 car payments. People. This is not life. Somewhere, some way we went astray. So dial all that back. Look at the college, what it's going to do. If you can graduate college in 4 years without any debt, the military is still a better option. Okay. But at least it makes more sense. It makes a little sense. Okay. If you are, do not get a student loan. You can't afford it. We're already in debt when we don't even see our debt. Okay. I'm reading a book on this. We're already in debt. Okay. As soon as you turn 18, somebody's going to levy a fine of $1 million on your head. You just don't see it. And if your parents aren't thinking about it beforehand, that debt's placed on you. It's a burden. Okay. It's going to ruin all your relationships. It's unseen, but like everything costs. Okay. You won't be able to retire without money, resources. So you're working towards, at the very least, you're working towards your retirement, which is a debt. So you're paying for your retirement. It's a debt. And that's in the best case. Heaven forbid you want a house. Heaven forbid you want to do for your kids. So you need something that gets you ahead. If your parents can't do it, depend on Uncle Sam. It is what it is. So I'm living proof. Parents didn't push me out with a lot of income. They didn't push me out with a rental property, investment accounts, business, none of that. All right, zero. I joined the Marine Corps with $10. Okay, I'm leaving with 300,000 and three houses, wife, kid, and more importantly, information. I have a business. Okay, I understand. Yes, I'm not a YouTuber. My YouTube videos suck. I got it. However, that's not my plan. My plan is just to use YouTube to facilitate getting information out on my other products. Okay, I'm a writer, so I have a business. I have $300,000 in the bank. Okay, I have paid off cars. I have three houses. I have the VA loan I could use again. Oh, and I have a pension and disability coming. Right? I don't know my rating yet, but all right. So, and I have the experiences. Right? I've been all over the world. I've been all over the world. Right? Seen a lot of stuff. Done a lot of stuff. Led Marines. Have friendships. Like ride or die friendships. Right? My buddy just calls me up. He's like, "Hey, let's go to the Saints game. I know you'll be back in Florida by then. Let's go to the Saints game." I was like, "Cool. Wrap it up. Keep those 3 days on $1,000." He's like, "Bet. Same thing." Cool. No muss, no fuss. right? And no, I'm not using a credit card. I got money, right? So again, I'm not going to drag this out. Probably already have, but I'm just saying, if somebody you're looking at is telling you to go into debt to go to school, ask yourself these questions. Do they have what I have? Do I want to be them? What are they contributing to this thing? 4 little years in the military, and then you'll get out, you go to college, you can graduate by 26, ain't nobody gonna know the difference. Nobody will know the difference. And you'll be debt free. Oh, and the VA has even more stuff than the GI Bill. If you want more education, don't pay for that. Dude, you can be in school for like 10 years with the VA, man. But you got to get inside to learn these resources. They want you to succeed as veteran, right? You're in a whole different class, right? You have a whole the VA is now your mommy and daddy for the rest of your life after 4 years. It's a wrap. Why would you not want more support? Okay. So I'm setting my kid up. He can make the choice, right? I'm trying to stay out of it. I still think that I have resources for him, but I still think that doing those 4 years will mentally set him up that he did something on his own, away from the family, he made it on his own, came back, then we can use the resources, use his GI Bill to leverage him a house early in his lifetime, right? Grab that. Then he gets to go to school, chill out, get 8 roommates, right? Stack passive income, right? The resources are there. But he could always say, hey, I did it. I went through the fire. And, it's something that burns deeply. And you talk to civilians and they don't understand what drives you. They haven't been there, right? I There's nothing like graduating boot camp, man. I'm telling you. So nervous for a year, just waiting, 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 wait. Get in there, you're just way to get it over with. Because you want to prove it, right? Then you have a title for the rest of your life, man. Master Gunnery Sergeant. Wow. I need to get my Master Guns hat, right? So again, I'm biased, but if you can graduate those 4 years without debt, then I don't have a leg to stand on. Okay, then you're doing something right, or your family's helping you. Or you have the mindset, right? If you even have a hint that you won't be able to afford school, go get on those yellow footprints, salute, and do the work. It'll pay off in the long run. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So with that, I'm out. I'll see you next time.